be the police protection for the city of Solomon.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda. Minutes of the January 25th and February 1st meeting. Expenditures of $784,617.11. SD security wire at $3,869. Hand checks of $579.13. And abatements of $10,179.28.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Commission comments and committee reports. Ron?
Just want to be glad we had some wind and our roads are drying up, but unfortunately, you guys out in the country realize those corrals aren't drying up too well. So want to be careful out there. That's all I have.
Thank you, Lynn. Ron? Thank you, Ron. Lynn?
Yes. I do plan to attend the county government day down in Topeka tomorrow. And then also plan to try to get back. We have an economic EDC meeting that evening. So I plan to attend that.
Do you have an EDC night too then, or Thursday night?
Pardon?
You have an EDC meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So
Yeah, and just a regular meeting and have the
still
stuff.
full conservation stuff too then, okay.
Correct. So I'll go to the EDC and.
Yep. People have noticed didn't have a work session this morning, so I have nothing to say. Presentations, petitions, proclamations, and other public comments. Do we have anybody on,
We do not.
Okay, moving on. Report of county officers. Janelle?
Commissioners, and you met him last week, but Dustin Parks, our new IT and GIS director, officially started Monday the 5th. We received word that Steve Huff has submitted his retirement papers, and he will be retiring March 1st after 22 years of service here. So we'll plan something for Steve. We're interviewing for open positions in EMS. I don't think one in the sheriff's office as well. Highway department is hauling rocks, and as Ron mentioned, the county roads, they're still a soupy mess, but the wind and time will help definitely.
You might have Martin, how much is spent on our budget for rock, for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I know in Gary County, they spent over $29,000 so far this year.
Additionally, Tim is preparing for an upcoming PBZ meeting on a new subdivision going in on Union Road. And the auditors will be here on February 20th and 21st for our annual audit. So Marcus and other departments are working on gathering the information and getting that process moving. So that's all I would have.
I think the only other questions for Janelle?
I have none.
Doesn't have anything. Thank you.
Yeah, we may set a record here.
Oh, I can drag it out.
I can't do. Notice and communications, we did get a letter. Joyce Rock regarding the wind farms and stuff, and she's in support of them and stuff. So that's one letter we got in that support of it. Introduction of resolutions. Consideration of none. Unfinished business? None. New business. Accept the nomination of Don Wilson to the Ridge Township Treasurer.
So as you know, you accepted the resignation earlier this month. And now Don Wilson, Ridge Township has found a replacement for their treasurer, and Don Wilson is that person. And we ask that you would approve this nomination or appointment.
I'll make a motion to appoint Don Wilson to the township.
Second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approved bids for the greater shed at 543 1700 Avenue from Abilene Ironworks.
Commissioners, this is a 30-foot by 50-foot by 16 building with a walk-through door and an overhead door. that we will relocate the motor grader shed that is currently being used there by Rural Center off 1400 Avenue. We'll relocate it to our property there on 1700 Avenue. And Abilene Iron Works was the vendor that was able to get the project started quickly. If you remember, we discussed this in November, and we need to pass or approve the bid for this project, but the other vendors were not available at that time, and we're ready to get started on that. They've already started working on prepping the ground for the project. So.
And the purpose for this building?
Is to store the motor grader for the area and relocate, because the property owner there off 1400 Avenue is wishing to either increase the rate to an amount that we're not comfortable paying, or take the land back over. So
Janelle, the bid is to Abilene Iron Works, is that correct?
Abilene Iron Works for $45,000. Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Are we going to have electricity ran in there before they put the,
Yes.
okay, I mean, who's going to do that then?
He will probably reach out to Kaufman.
That'll be an additional cost.
That'll be an additional cost. Yes. Yes.
Any other questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried.
Thank you.
The addition of the
Police protection.
police protection contract with the city of Solomon. Jerry?
Okay. I'll slow things down a little bit.
Make it worth our time.
There you go. We already went through the enterprise contract and that was signed. There was hesitation on the Solomon contract simply because they replaced the mayor. So they wanted to present it to the new mayor. That was presented Monday. The contract basically is the same as last year, except for the price has gone up. $307.58 per month. Annually, $3,690.98 per year. I put all the stats into a spreadsheet, and that's what it shakes out to be. We also changed the contract where they're going to be responsible for paying any prescription medication bills through the jail because of the cost of prescription medications. That's kind of been a problem for us. Not a problem, but it's just been a challenge. The only other addition that's different than enterprise is we added a paragraph 14, which is LSAG automatic license plate reader recognition. Basically, we're going to get 2 license plate readers we want to install in Solomon. We'll cover the cost of the cameras. The city's going to help us install those. They're going to be hardwired into their electrical, and the city's going to be responsible for paying the electrical bill. So we've got LSAG cameras, which is on one of our patrol cars. We've got a vigilant system that's on another patrol car. And then Abilene's got the flock system. They're all separate, so we'll have access to 3 different license plate reader programs. So that's going to be a huge plus. So I'm just here to present the contract to you for review and to sign it if you agree.
I didn't write those thoughts down,
Total
Might repeat them. So
$3,690.98.
$3,698.66.
$90.98.
90.
And this is consistent with, you do the same analysis for a couple of other communities, and we provide law enforcement overlap for other small.
Just enterprise. We used to have Hope, but Hope hasn't signed up for a few years yet.
So $72,043.70 is the total.
72,000.
Wait, I'm looking at the right.
Here, I can get-
No, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry, it's going to be $129,067.70 for the annual total.
$129,670.
Thought I was the only one that could read that.
$129,067.70.
67.
Yep,
And 70,
and 70 cents, yes.
so that's the total.
That is the total for the,
That-
okay, thank you.
Okay,
I'm confused.
So the annual cost for Solomon City contract,
129.
$129,067.70.
Okay.
And what was the 3,690?
That's the increase from 23 to,
That's the increase. Okay, I was going to say, because
Yeah, no,
Don't take much confusion on
Times,
when.
it wasn't computing, yeah.
I started-
3,690.
Got up though. Yeah, we have a motion to approve the contract for $129,007.70 for protection of the.
I'll make that motion.
Sorry,
Solomon.
all in them.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
I'll get with you.
Now, you might want to, the meeting you had last Friday, the,
So we attended
yeah,
the DKEDC was a sponsor for the Economic Development Summit. And I think that there were probably 30 people all told there between business owners and staff, both from the city and the county. And then the EDC obviously was there. So it was a good meeting. I think that, of course, well, I always enjoy listening to Jeremy Hill. Overall, he seemed to be somewhat optimistic about the region and our area. There's a few things that obviously we need to work on. Wages was, I think, the prevailing discussion topic that we had. And we know that that's going to be some challenges. There's other counties that are below us and there's other counties that are higher us overall on the wages. We need to take a little bit better care of our health. The advantages that we have obviously are agricultural and manufacturing and how we can tie those two industries together. So Lynn also attended and Marcus, I don't know if they have any comments that maybe they wanted to bring forth.
I was a little bit surprised at the growth as far as the ag area and the rural areas, but they attributed that to a couple of crops doing well, even though wheat's kind of not as much. And then the beef industry.
And beef, right.
But, having said that, there's so many variables of supply and demand. It's, they were talking about last year and that can change pretty quick, but.
Yeah.
But it gives a great appreciation for the diversification we have in Dickinson County of commercial properties as far as, and also ag.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Marcus, anything to add?
I think they covered it really well, so.
If nothing else come before the board, I'll accept this.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second it.
The moved and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. We're adjourned.